Hello everyone and welcome back in a new video. My name is Wahid Anwar and in this video we are going to discuss about S-curve in project management. Okay. So every project manager faces the same challenge that how do we clearly see if our project is on track and are we progressing as planned and are delays and cost overruns creeping in unnoticed. So this is where the S curve becomes a powerful tool. Okay, the S curve is more than just a graph; it's a visual story of project's life cycle, showing how work, costs, and resources build up over time, and you can say from the slow start in the planning phase to the rapid progress during execution and finally the steady closeout. So the S curve helps us to understand where we stand today and where we are heading tomorrow. Okay, so these slides are especially important for those who have no prior knowledge of S curves. So it will also be very helpful if you are preparing for a planning or project engineering job interview or if you want to apply S curves to manage your own projects. Okay, so in this video, we will explore what an S curve is, why it's so important, and the different types of S curves and how to create and use them for effective project control. So by the end of this video, you will see how this simple yet powerful chart can improve decision making, forecasting, and communication in any project. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so now let's begin with the basics. What exactly is an S curve? So here you can see in this picture stage one slow growth, then stage two fast growth, then stage three slow growth, and then stage four zero growth. Okay, so what we have under the NS curve. So here you can see visual tools showing the cumulative project progress over time, then used to track resources cost to or task completed. Okay, so an S curve is a graphical representation of cumulative project progress over time. So on the horizontal axis, you can see here, we usually have time. So it could be days, weeks, or months. So on the vertical axis, we plot cumulative values such as cost, resources, or percentage of the task completed. Okay, so here you can see. So when this data is plotted, so the curve naturally forms the shape of the letter S, which is you can say why it's called an S curve. Okay, here you see it is just like the letter S. Okay. Okay, so next we have the reason for S shape in is the way most projects progress. Here you can see follow three phases: initial phase, growth phase, then final phase. So initial phase, you can see a slow start, planning, mobilization. So at the start of project, things move slowly. So this is the planning and mobilization stage where groundwork is being laid, but progress is not yet rapid. Okay. So second, we have growth phase. So once execution begins, progress increase rapidly. So this is where most of the work is performed. So the curve rises steeply. Okay, so next we have the final phase. You can see here slow close up. Okay, so as the project approaches completion, the rate of progress slow down again. Okay, so this is the closeout stage where finishing touches, inspections, and handing over take place. So S curves reflect the natural rhythm of the project's life cycle. So I hope this is clear. Okay, so now that we know what an S curve is, so let's look at why it is so important in project management. Okay, so first you can see we have here progress monitoring, check health versus plan. So the S curve allow us to check the overall health of a project. At a glance, we can see if the project is moving according to plan or if it's falling behind. Okay. Second, we have variance detection. So find gaps, plan versus actual. So by comparing the planned S curve with the actual one, so we can immediately spot different we can say the gap or differences between what was expected and what is really happening. So these variances are early warning signals that allow corrective action. Okay. So third, we have resource forecasting, predict future needs. So SCOW help us look ahead by seeing the trend of the project manager can predict how many resources such as manpower, equipment, or material will be needed in the future. Okay, so then fourth we have performance analysis, measure the productivity. So productivity can be also measured with the S curve. For example, if the actual progress is consistently below the planned curve, so it shows inefficiency and you can see underperformance. Okay, so last we have stakeholder communication, simple visual reporting. So perhaps one of the biggest benefit is the SCOW is simple and visual. Even stakeholders who are not technically or you can say technical, so they can also easily understand project performance uh, with these SCOWs. Okay, so in short, you can say SCOW is not just a chart, it's a control mechanism that helps to the project managers make better decisions, anticipate problems, and communicate clearly with teams and stakeholders. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so when working with the SCOWs, it's important to understand that there are different types, so each serving a specific purpose. Okay, so first, we have here the planned baseline S curve, expected progress. Second, we have actual S curve, real project performance. Then we have earned value S curve, combined cost and schedule. In bracket, you can see EV versus PV versus AC. Okay, so let's discuss about first PV. Planned baseline S curve. Okay, so this actually. Planned baseline curves represents the expected project progress as per the original schedule or a baseline plan. So it is the target against which all actual performance is measured. Okay. Second, actual S curve. Actual S curve, you can say, reflects the real performance of the project. So it shows how much work has actually been completed and how much cost has been spent and how many resources have been used over time. Okay. So last and value S curve. So this is more advanced form combining the both cost and schedule performance. So it includes metrics like plan value and value, then actual cost, and then by plotting these together we can perform and value analysis, which gives a deeper understanding of whether the project is on schedule and within budget. Okay, so I hope types of S curves are clear. Okay, so now let's break down the main components of S curve so that you can easily interpret one. Okay, here you can see on x-axis time, days, weeks, months. So we have time. This could be in days, weeks, or months depending on the project duration. So next we have y-axis. You can see here cumulative data. So uh, actually on y-axis we plot cumulative data such as project cost, man hours, or percentage of a progress completed. Okay. So when we look at the graph, we usually see three curves. Okay, first you can see curves here. We have under curves, baseline curve, actual curve, then variance. That variance curve. Actually, we use variance for to see the gap or difference. Okay, so first baseline curve. So which represents the plan progress. Then second actual curves, which shows the real project performance data. Then the variance, you can say, which is simply the gap between plan curve and the actual curve. Okay, so this variance is what project managers analyze to understand whether the project is ahead, on track, or behind schedule. Okay, so I have components of and S curves are clear. Okay. Okay, so creating an S curve is a step-by-step process, and fortunately, it can be done using project management tools like Primavera P6, MS Project, or even we use Excel. Okay, so here you can see we have here the complete process. Define scope, collect data, then number plot, then update, then customize. Okay, so same the process we have a define baseline, collect data, plot curve, and analyze variances. Okay, so here you can see. So a first step is to define the baseline plan. Okay, so this includes setting up the project schedule with activities, duration, resources, and cost. So this baseline becomes the foundation for the S curve. So next we collect the data during the project execution. So this include percentage, completion, actual cost spent, or actual resources consumed. Okay. So once the data is available, we plot the curves comparing the baseline plan with the actual performance. So finally, we analyze the variances or differences. If the actual curve falls behind the baseline, so it means the project is behind schedule or underperforming. So if it rises above the baseline, so it could mean overspending or over allocation of resources. So by regularly updating and analyzing the S curve, project managers can detect problems early and take corrective actions before issues become critical. Okay. Okay. So S curve are not just for reporting; they are a powerful tool for project control. Okay. So, using the S curve for project control, uh, here you can see we have here variance analysis, then end value analysis, then for costing. Okay. So, through variance analysis, we compare actual progress with the baseline. If the actual curve is below the baseline, it means the product is behind schedule or underperforming. So if it's above the baseline, it could indicate over spending or over allocation of resources. Here you can see uh, below baseline, then above baseline. Okay, so we can also use earned value analysis directly on the S curve. So the schedule performance index SPI and CPI. Okay, SPI shows whether we are ahead or behind schedule, while the cost performance index or CPI indicates whether we are under or on budget. Okay, so finally, forecasting. So SCOW helps with the forecasting by analyzing the trend of actual progress, Project managers can predict future delays, cost overrun, or additional resources requirements. Okay, so this makes the S curve not just a reporting tool, but an active control mechanism for managing projects. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so now let's talk about the benefits of using S curves in project management. Okay, so first, enhanced decision making. So first, it leads to enhanced decision making because managers have reliable performance data. Then second, improve resource allocation. Okay, so it enables improved resource allocation by identifying when resources are needed most. Okay, third, it ensures effective communication. Since the ASCII is a simple visual tool that stakeholders can easily understand. Okay, so last here you can see stronger risk mitigation. So it contributes to stronger risk mitigation as variances can be detected early and corrective action can be taken before problems grow. Okay, so next we have challenges of SCAR. So the first you can see data accuracy, second customization, third interpretation. Okay, so the first is the data accuracy. An SCAR is only as reliable as the data you feed into it. Okay, if updates are inconsistent or you can see inaccurate, the curve can give the misleading results. Okay, second, customization. So larger complex project may require multiple curves for cost, resources, and different work packages, which can make analysis more complicated. So third, we have interpretation. So uh, understanding the meaning of variances or difference requires both experience and judgment. So otherwise, managers may draw the wrong conclusion. Okay, so here you can see variances required experience. Okay, so while S curves are powerful, they must be applied carefully and with proper expertise. Okay. Okay, so now let's conclude. So here you can see under conclusion, S curves are essential for tracking and controlling project performance. And second, we have show clear plan versus actual progress. Then sport variance analysis for costing and corrective action, and improve chances of the project success. Okay, so the S curve is not just a chart. It's an essential project management tool that helps us to track and control performance with clarity. Okay, so it clearly shows the difference between plan and actual progress. Then it supports variances analysis for costing and corrective action, and ultimately increases the chances of project success. Okay, so these concepts are not only useful for managing your own project, but also highly valuable if you are preparing for planning or project engineering job interview, where knowledge of SCAV is often considered a fundamental skill. Okay, so whether you are a beginner looking to understand the basics, or a professional preparing for interviews, or a manager applying these techniques to real projects. So the S curve is a, you can say, must have in your project management toolkit. Okay, so I hope everything is clear related to the S curves. Okay, so now we will move to the Primavera P6 and we will learn how to create S curves in Primavera P6. Okay.
So here we We have the path, view, then show on bottom, and activity usage profile. Actually, activity usage profile is already open. So I am going to give you the very simple example of S curve. I'm going to choose the specific activity, select the activity. I just choose the site clearance. Okay, so now you can see we have only one histogram here. You can see one. If I double click on here, so you can see 1082 units, and cumulative is also 1088, sorry, 1080 units. So let's zoom in. I just zoom in, and you can see we have the presentation is converted into breakdown into week wise. Again, zoom in. So now you can see we have converted this histogram into days wise. Okay, so I will start the explanation from the one or single activity. Let's start. You can see there are 15 days of this activity. Okay, it will take 15 days to complete. You can see, you can count here from, we have 15 days here, and you can start from here. So we have 15 days: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then 15. And if I double click on the first day, we have 72 units of manpower, and cumulative is 72. If I double click on the second day, so you can see we constantly we need 72, 72, 72 units for the 15 days. Okay, so if I double click on the second day, so we have again 72. Cumulative we have 144. If I double click on the third, we have 72. Cumulative we have 216. Okay, so like this, you can see cumulative is going to add the previous one, and continuously increasing with the number of 72 units. Okay, if I click on Monday, so you can see 72, but cumulative we have 360. And if I click on the last day, you can see 72, and cumulative we have 1080. Okay, so next we are going to add the S curve. So how to display the S curve? We will right click here, activity usage profile option. Actually, S curve is based on the cumulative. So we will click in this budgeted option. Budgeted cumulative. You can see it's the cumulative, and we will click on budgeted cumulative. Click on OK. So now whenever we will do any type of modification in activity usage option, so system will show off for the all activities. So we need to click on selected activities again. So now please watch carefully. Okay, so now, okay, so you can see, if you have to understand the S curve. So first you need to understand the cumulative. Okay, now first day is going to complete here, second day is going to complete here, third day is going to complete here, fourth day is going to complete here, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, eighth day, ninth, 12, 11, 13, 14, and 15. 13 and 14. Sorry, 15. 15 is going to complete here. Okay. So the curve is here. So it's about, you can see we have here 900, and on the top we have 1200. So it is in the between here. Okay. Okay. So constantly you can see we need the same units for the 15 days. And if I draw a line, maybe I'm trying to draw the straight line, but I'm not sure, sorry. So It will be about the 72. 72 is going to here. Okay, so next when we add again 72 for the second, so it will be here like this. So here you will see the boom in the curve. Okay, so on the after one, when we will complete the first, the second, the third, the fourth day fixed, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, eighth day, ninth day, like that. Okay, so now move to the P6 again. If I double click on this line, so you will be able to see here the cumulative. You can see 1080. Double click, I just double click on here. Okay, 10. So this is the cumulative. Okay, I can right click and I can hide these bars. Okay, so this is what I just hide the histogram. Click on apply, and again I will click on select it, because whenever we will do any type of modification, system will show for the all activities. Now it's a maybe you can see it's a little bit light color. Actually, this histogram, actually it's ascov is color is the color is the yellow, so that's why you can see we have a one line 1080. Okay, right click here, activity user profile options. Now I just changed the color for S curve. Now it is clear. You can see. So this is the S curve. And uh, if I click on for all activities, and I'm going to zoom out, so you can see we have here the S curve, and this is the cumulative for the whole project. If I double click on this here, so you can see we need 15,470 units of manpower on our complete project. Okay, so to complete our project, we need budget man hours units 15,472 units. If I right click here, again go to the activity usage profile options, and if we want to check its total budget cost for the labor, so I will click on this under display, click on cost. Now if double click here, so you can see is 587,380 we need against your budgeted labor units. Right click here. We can also display here the uh, here the like histogram. Okay, click on apply, so you can see here we have the histogram. I just changed the color for the budget because when we added the S curve, so it was not uh, visible, so that's why. Okay, so you can see even you can change its color. So now this is the S curve, so we can change its color, because usually we use this color, the dark blue color, for the actual progress. So that's why you can see we have the actual. So this is the example. We can generate the S curve in Primavera P6. I will also let you know, I will guide you how we can generate the S curve in Excel, how to collect the data from Primavera P6, and how to make the S curve in Excel. Okay, so next you can see we have the filter for the bars. So you can change the everything. You can change the options. You can choose the option, and now I am going to add the S curves for the labor, non-labor, material, and expenses. I will click on apply, and you will see here. Okay, so now we have four S curves here. Okay, if I double click on this line, so you can see here the budgeted labor cost total we have. Budgeted labor cost we need for our whole project is the total 587,380. Second, next we have budgeted non-labor cost 40400. Budgeted material cost 348,300. Then budgeted expenses 29500. So this is your the breakdown using as curve for the for 3M plus overhead expenses. So remaining at budget will remain same before assignment of baseline. You can see we don't have actual here. We will have actual yeah, actual cost and actual units when we will assign the baseline, when we will update the data from the site. So we can do settings. You can see we can uncheck, and we can also show everything for the whole cost. You can click in total. Okay, so this was the simple overview. Okay, let me show you one thing more, then how to uh, take the print. We can go to the file, then click on print preview. So you can see here we will have the S curve, and we can also change the color of S curve if you will need. So you can go to here and you can change its color. Okay. So I hope everything is clear related to S curve. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.